In the last episode of 2 Minute Tuesday, we took a look at the processes that you need to undertake to exchange your non-Spanish driving licence for a Spanish driving licence. Now, this prompted a Mr. Les Sheck from the UK into asking me about traffic fines and parking fines here in Spain. So welcome to episode number 95 of 2 Minute Tuesday with Hondon Valley Homes, where we look at the consequences of not adhering to the traffic rules here in Spain. Now, despite the fact that we all live in Europe and we are more or less governed by European law, it's always best to familiarise yourself with a few of the traffic rules, regulations and nuances of Spanish traffic and parking fines. So firstly, what kind of infractions can you be cited for in Spain? So obviously you're going to have the normal expected issues. I would say they would be things like maybe on the serious side, drink driving or driving without due care and attention, using your phone whilst you're driving otherwise in accordance with your driving licence, not wearing a seatbelt, for example, or leaving the scene of an accident. Now, all of these will carry a punishment that's going to be proportional to the severity of the issue, and they can range from a small fine to a fine in points, and in the most serious cases, a driving ban or maybe even a custodial sentence. There are also some very strange areas that, you know, if you were to get the wrong policeman and he was having a bad day, you could be pulled up in a petrol station for filling up while smoking, which is common sense, but maybe using your phone in a petrol station, leaving the radio playing loudly, or leaving your lights on. Now, while you're at a petrol station, you may be inclined to wash your car, so pay special attention to cleaning the number plates on your car, as it's an €80 fine if you have a dirty number plate. On the theme of clean vehicles, do you know that it's illegal to wash your car in the street, but legal to wash your car on your driveway? So there you go. Now, as an example, when I was learning to drive, my father used to give me driving lessons, but this is a big no-no in Spain, so don't be tempted. It's official driving schools only. And finally, one for all of you who live here in Spain, do you realise it's an offence to drive with your arm out of the window of the car? Now, I guess if that was enforced, they would have to stop every other car because that's how everybody drives in Spain. Okay, so now we've looked at those sort of things. Let's look at how the fines themselves are issued. Now, the first thing to take into account is your residency status. Now, if you're a non-resident, and let's say you're driving a hire car, then the fine is normally issued, if it's a photographic fine for a speeding or whatever, to the hire company, and they will pass on your details to the relevant legal authority so that the fine can then be passed to you, or if it is just a simple fine, it will be charged to your credit card. If you're unable to provide your documents and you stop by the police, you could in fact be taken to a police station to prove who you are, so rather than being fined on the spot, you'd have to go to the police station. And don't think as a non-resident that you're immune from driving fines and penalty points. Since May 2015, it's been possible for cross-border fines to be issued and collected, so please be warned, you will be fined. Now, if you are a resident of Spain, then the fine in the event of a speeding or driving that's captured by a camera will be sent directly to your residence. However, if it's a manned speed trap or it's an infraction taking place in front of an officer, then it can be given to you on the spot in most occasions, and they'll probably take the opportunity to give your vehicle a thorough check as well. Fines themselves on the paper ticket will tell you how much the fine is. Will also tell you if there are any points deductions, how to pay the fine, what period you have in which to pay the fine, if there's a discount if you pay early, and also any appeals process and time span. This also reminds me, it's very important, you need to contact the DGT when you change address, because if you don't, if they issue a fine and it goes to the old address and it's not forwarded onto you, the first you'll find out about it is when the police stop you and impound your vehicle, so that could prove expensive. Now, penalty points. These are a little different here in Spain as to what you may be used to. So in the UK, for example, if you have a clean licence, you have 0 points on it. However, in Spain, you'll start your licence with 12 points on it. If you're a good boy or girl, after 2 years, you'll get another 2 points, and you'll get a further 1 point after another 4 years of no infractions. So you could have up to 15 points on your licence. However, if you're naughty, they'll start deducting them off depending on the severity of the issue. If you were to lose all of your points, then you would lose your licence. You'd have to take a 30-hour driving course and a retest in Spanish. And so finally, what happens if you don't pay your fines? Well, if you don't pay them here in Spain, your vehicle will probably be impounded. In the worst case, taken off you and crushed. So it means pay your fine, or it's going to cost you a lot more in the long run. So rather than go through all the hassle, why not stick to the laws in Spain and avoid all these fines and penalty points? You'll find here that the roads are wide, especially in the Hondon area. They're smooth, they're free of traffic, and you rarely need to be in a rush to get anywhere. So have a safe and uneventful journey. Now, if you've got any questions about living in Spain, the buying or selling process, or in fact, if you're looking at perhaps buying or selling a property here in Spain, please feel free to drop me a line on the details that should be on the screen at the moment, or head over to the buyers or the sellers section on our website. It's full of great information like these videos. We've got downloadable ebooks and articles for you to read. So that's it for this week. Until next week, we'll look forward to seeing you for the next episode of 2 Minute Tuesday with Hondon Valley Homes. But until then, adios.